So this is a Carter Beauford story that came to mind. When I first set up Carter's studio, after everything was installed, I was supposed to go down to his house and spend a week there training him. Well, how mic pre's work and EQs work and how Pro Tools system works. And he had just gotten an Icon 32 channel D control and, train him on that whole thing. So just train him on the whole recording process, how everything worked. So I spent the first week with him, and then I don't know if he had something to do or I had, but I had to come back for a second week, and it was later on. And I remember the second week that I came back, I had to bring my son with me, Joseph. And at that time, I think he was around 7 years old, and he was playing with Carter's daughter, who was around the same age, and they're playing video games. And I did another story you can see about Carter dealing with my son, and he's such a gentleman and such a kind person to deal with my son. But he got to know my son, and I spent a week with Carter, and every day my son would come with me, and then he would go in the house and play with Carter's daughter, and I would do the training and that with Carter. But I think it was like years later, I was talking to Carter on the phone, and I said, "Oh, my son wants to play drums." And I wasn't fishing for anything, but I mentioned that because Carter knew him, and Carter says, "I got you." And I go, "What does that mean?" And he says, "I'll take care of it." I go, "What do you mean you're going to take care of it?" He said, "George, I will get a drum kit sent to your house for your son." And I said, "Well, what's that going to cost me?" He said, "Nothing. It's not going to cost you anything." He's like, "I'm going to take care of you." And what he did is he got the exact same drum kit that he had set up in his studio, which was a small drum kit. It was a Yamaha drum kit. He had it sent to my house. So I'll see about posting a picture of Carter's kit that he had in the studio, and then a picture of my son when he received the drums in the front of the house. But such a kind act for him to do. And my son still has the drums here. I mean, they're not set up, but very, very nice. I didn't ask him for that. He volunteered. And sometimes you come across some very kind acts that people will do. So Carter's just the greatest guy. I couldn't say enough good things about him. He just, you're in a room with him, all you can do is smile. Good energy, and a really good guy. So there's my Carter story.